For the last few years, our relationship with AI has looked exactly like this. You type a prompt into a text box, hit enter, and a server rack somewhere wakes up to crunch the data. The machine only moves when a human pushes it. But on May 20th, 2026, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang outlined a different trajectory for the industry. During a record-shattering earnings call, he announced that NVIDIA had identified a new, untouched market worth $200 billion. This wasn't a long-term projection. NVIDIA had already generated $20 billion in sales from this specific sector in just the 2 months leading up to the announcement. The speed of this capital deployment suggests the industry is moving away from the generative phase. Companies are now pivoting toward a computing model built for machines that don't just respond, but act. To power these machines, NVIDIA is moving beyond the graphics chips that built its empire. They've introduced Vera, the first CPU designed specifically to run autonomous agents. This animation shows the architectural shift. While standard cloud GPUs are built for parallel processing, handling many tasks at once to train a model, Vera is optimized for sequential token generation. It's designed to string together individual tokens at extreme speeds, which is what an agent needs to maintain a continuous line of action. Jensen Huang expects the global population of 1 billion human users to be joined by billions of autonomous agents. These machines will use software tools much like we use PCs today, and every single one will require its own slice of CPU power to execute those tasks. The world's largest infrastructure providers, including AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, are already purchasing these Vera chips by the millions. These hyperscalers are moving past the experimentation phase. They're currently bolting the physical hardware into place that will allow AI agents to operate at a global scale. This hardware push relies on a critical software assumption that these agents can actually function without human oversight. If a model still hallucinates or loses its way during a task, the entire autonomous model collapses. On May 20th, OpenAI provided evidence that the software is ready. They announced a new reasoning model that autonomously solved a famous 80-year-old mathematical problem. The challenge is the unit distance problem, first posed by Paul Erdos in 1946. It's a deceptively simple question about how many points can be placed on a plane exactly 1 unit apart, and it has stumped mathematicians for nearly a century. By solving this specific puzzle, the AI demonstrated it has moved beyond predicting the next likely word in a sentence. It is now capable of generating original, flawless logic. This result has been verified by Fields medalists, who confirmed the model produced a proof that did not previously exist in human literature. It marks a significant departure from earlier AI attempts that simply found existing solutions. For 80 years, mathematicians believed the optimal solution was arranging points in square grids to maximize unit distances. The OpenAI model disproved this belief, discovering entirely new non-grid constructions that perform better than the square patterns relied on since the 1940s. To reach this conclusion, the AI had to maintain a difficult multi-step chain of reasoning without any human intervention or correction. This connects directly back to NVIDIA's hardware pivot. Because software can now sustain complex logic on its own, the brain of the agent is ready. Now the industry is building the Vera CPU to act as the body that executes that logic. As these autonomous agents begin moving through human networks, they are creating immediate friction with our existing security systems. A clear example is YellowKey, a zero-day vulnerability that allowed attackers to bypass Windows BitLocker encryption. The flaw exploited the way the recovery interface handles trusted behaviors, allowing a machine to bypass its own locks. Microsoft's fix was to shift toward a TPM plus PIN architecture. Essentially, they had to reinsert a human verification step to stop an automated process from compromising the system. Creative platforms are reacting with similar caution. Apple Music recently mandated that all AI-generated content be labeled and strictly banned any synthetic voices that impersonate real artists. These barriers are becoming standard. As machines start acting on their own, our operating systems and creative tools are being forced to verify exactly where the machine ends and the human begins. We are also seeing a flight to more secure hardware for human users. In Kansas City, the public school district is currently replacing 30,000 legacy laptops and Chromebooks with Apple's MacBook Neos, citing better durability and built-in security. Even in gaming, the strategy is shifting. Xbox recently hired prominent analyst Matthew Ball to help defend its console business as the nature of computing and consumer interaction changes. These developments in May 2026 show an industry that has moved past the speculative phase. Billions of dollars are now flowing into the physical hardware and security protocols needed to support a world where software thinks and acts autonomously.